Let's see if it works. Okay. It is kind of strange. I messed with one of the settings, so hopefully it's fixed now. But anyway,
There we go.
is it working?
Yep, now you're back
Okay.
on live.
That was weird. I think one of my settings got wonky for somehow. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes. As a former educator, I can tell you
Is it working?
yes, yes, yes. It just changed on my screen. I can tell you that sometimes.
Okay.
Wait, did you?
Hello?
I think one of my settings got wonky for somehow. Whoa. Anyway,
What
what was I
happened?
saying? Oh yes. I can hear us.
As
Hold
a
on.
You're on. Oh, that's because you have it open on the you have it open on the site
Yeah,
page. Go ahead and click mute there.
I did. I turned it off on the site page. Okay. That was strange. All right, sorry guys. Sorry guys. One of my settings in OBS got wonky, but we are twitching now, just so you know. So if you want to hop over there. Um anyway, yes. So, um porn can be detrimental to a child's development because it skews their view on things. It exposes them to things they are not emotionally able to handle. They are not mature enough to handle this particular subject content. So, yes, I can kind of see why they would want to block it, but then again, the internet is full of adult things, not just porn. So it's kind of weird for you to pick
Yeah.
this one particular thing out and block it because it's also got violence on there. It's got a lot of adult
I'm
content on
wondering
there.
here. Here's what I'm wondering is how he's going to block this because if you're not, if Google and Bing and Yahoo are not actually the people helping you do this, how are you going to keep kids from getting to sites? Because as we know, there's sites where kids will type in the word Barbie and it'll pull up an adult website.
Yes.
So there's the thing that they're telling you when they say it's not possible right now. It really is not possible. There's going to have to be some more organizations put into place. Ironically, you maybe going to have to give porn websites their own dot whatever. Maybe it's dot adult or dot porn or something like that, so that
Hmm.
they can be separated from the rest, and then you can say, okay, anything that has this dot adult after it, we can block. Or because right now there's no way to tell. You can
There's really
type in
not.
Pikachu and come up with 15 porn sites. Disney will pull up porn sites. Pretty much
Hmm.
anything you type in has a porn site attached to it. So I don't know how he's planning on blocking this. I see a possible impending disaster there, Mr. Prime Minister.
I do too.
I don't know how you're
Unless
going to do
unless
this.
he plans on making jobs to where it's a certain number of people's job, all they do is look for porn sites. Seriously. But to me, I think it
I
should
don't
be
know.
up to each specific household of what they block. Honestly, because that is
Yeah,
the only
yeah, he could send out a notice.
yes, because that is the only way. And I guess he could say something like, if it's found that you have young children in the house and that the children have access or ready access to porn websites, then you could be facing charges, and they could try it that way. But still, that's kind of wonky because how are you going to tell? Again, because like you said, anything you type in, literally anything. If there is if there is a word for it, it has porn attached to it. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Don't
Word,
even know word.
word.
Word. Is it my turn?
All right, yeah, it's your turn, but I want to do another one here
Sure.
real quick because, okay, last week we were calling out the Steam sales to you lovely folks, and some of you were all excited, but there's a little bit of dissension going on in the gaming community,
Uh
the
oh.
developers and things, about the Steam sale. Uh, okay, so the Steam sale last week, you were in it to win it. Some of you were spending up a ton of cash, and it ended yesterday, or actually today. Today is today the last day? I'll check in a minute. We
I don't
couldn't get
know.
to the site after a while anyway.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
gave up
this
after a
year,
while. I was like, whatever.
now this year's say the sales big. Excuse me, big. What is going on with my throat? Come on, let me talk. Has been boosted even further by the arrival of Steam trading cards, and this is a what they're calling, or what GI International is calling, a finely honed slice of consumer psychology, which encourages you to expand your libraries even further in order to build your card collection. So your card collection gets you some discounts on stuff and entries into trips and things like that. Now, the whole issue is people are saying that it's devaluing games. They've been saying that, and they're pissy about it. This is even when console digital stores carry out sales, they rarely manage to discount their games below the level of equivalent physical products on Amazon or in retail stores. So keep in mind, you're like, what do they mean? Meaning, you buy Mass Effect in the store, and probably the cheapest you'll see it, even at used, is $29.99. Well, on Steam, it was like $8 or something like that over the weekend, or $19. Um, you know what? On one hand, we used to have this argument all the time in the night show. We probably will again once we get Blaster back off his extended vacay. Uh, but I might actually come down on his side on this one. One thing I have never liked about digital sales is that it should be discounted. You don't have to pay for a disc to send me. There's no shipping costs involved. There's no production cost at all. You just upload it to your server and I downloaded it. So it should be cheaper than me going to the store. I've always thought that. I have been mad at EA about this for the longest. If I buy, there's no incentive for people to buy digital copies, and that's what Steam plays upon. This is the
Mm-hmm.
incentive. I can go to the store. I've spent X amount of dollars in gas, and then I got to pay for the game when I get there, and I got to have something to eat when I come home because gamers got to eat.
Right?
When I play, I need a sandwich in one hand, controller in the other. Got to work it out. So if you're gonna say here buy it offline, then the trade-off should be I'm no longer spending as much on gas, and you're not spending it either. You don't have to pay UPS, and oh man, GameStop doesn't have to pay. They don't want their little fee for stocking it. It's just it should be cheaper. I'm sorry. It should at least be $10 cheaper to buy it digitally
I
right
agree.
now. As it were, you all are still charging us the same amount. I don't agree with that. So I say kudos to Steam for doing it. It may have been a little cheap.
A little cheap? Girl, there were games for like $2.
Now there's a whole bunch of articles floating around about this, but here's a quote that stands out to me, of course, and then I'm gonna hand the baton back to Snow. It says, "You, some of you out there, you buy a book for $1 in a secondhand sale, or you borrow it from a friend, and then you love it so much that you seek out more books in the series by that same author." And I think that's what they're saying. The same thing is happening here. I never played the original Mass Effect. But if I had had a little extra cash, I probably would have picked it up because I think that one was even $4. And if it was good, I'm gonna get the rest of them. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm so gonna get the rest of them. I want to see what happens. So I like what they're doing. You get to try it out. I like that Steam is also, and this is where that we have to now give. We're gonna have this argument with Blaster again, but it's gonna change, of course. Is that you can now trade games. Did you know you could do that on Steam now, Snow?
No, dude, that's awesome. Seriously,
Yeah,
because I got some games I don't even play. I'd
you
be
can.
like, dude, you give me that, I'll give you this.
Yeah, you can trade. You can sell them to people now. Digital copies, people. Digital copies.
Yeah.
So now, if like I have a copy of LA Noir, I'm debating whether or not I want to spend time playing it. But if I don't, I can actually loan it to you now, Snow, for you to play for a little while. Then you decide if you like it. This is brilliant. Don't be
Yes.
mad at Steam. Don't hate the player.
See,
Hey.
I don't understand why people are mad. You do the exact same thing with your hard copies. What are you mad about? Yeah, I have games. I've loaned them to people. They've given them back. What are you so mad about? Chill out, people. Just because it's digital doesn't mean that, right? Just because it's digital does not change a dang thing. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Oh my goodness. Go on, get it.
Peeps are just crazy. All right, I got one. Um,
Go ahead, Joe.
Here we go. So we know that gamers are the ones who actually helped to map the human genome, right? Everybody remember that? I think it was they mapped the human genome, wasn't it? Wasn't that what we helped with? Or no, did we find the cure to something?
I think
Oh,
it was cancer or AIDS, and we did the human genome.
yes. So gamers are awesome. When you put the gaming community to a certain task, we are all over it. We love a challenge. That's what gamers do. We love challenges. So apparently, the Cancer Research UK hires Gorilla Tea for a gene game. Let me explain. Let me explain what's going on. You ready? Let's go. UK, let me explain. Let me explain. Come on, peeps. UK based charity Cancer Research UK has hired Dundee, which is a Scotland-based game developer, Gorilla Tea, to build its first mobile phone game designed to help pinpoint new genetic causes of cancer and accelerate potential new cures. This is going to be fun right here. Cancer Research UK scientists will work closely with Gorilla Tea to develop a game. The working title is Gene Game, that will allow anyone with a smartphone to help analyze gene data. We assume that the game will be fun in some way to encourage more engagement. The game will launch in the UK later this year. Dundee-based Gorilla Tea was chosen by Cancer Research UK with help from games expert Channel 4's Games Commissioner Colin MacDonald. The charity says that it chose the studio because it most closely fulfilled the brief to develop a game format that is both fun to play, but simultaneously feeds highly accurate analysis of variations in gene data to Cancer Research UK scientists. Gorilla Tea will also consolidate the data, expertise, and formats generated at Cancer Research's UK's Game Jam event in March 2013. The event brought together the charity's scientists with over 50 computer programmers, gamers, graphic designers, and other specialists from Amazon Web Services, Facebook, Google, and game technology academics from City University London and Omnisoft. Gene Game is the charity's second project designed to take advantage of the public to help analyze these huge amounts of data. The first initiative, Cell Slider, launched in October 2012 and allows the public to classify archived breast cancer samples. This is amazing. You guys have no idea how excited I am. I mean, this is absolutely fabulous.
You sound a little choked up.
I am. This is just like amazing. This is what I want to do. I love microbiology. I love genetics. That's like my niche right there. I love it. And I'm so excited. I want to play this game.
I'm sorry to tell you.
Do you love what?
You know I love digital digital DNA.
I know.
You know how I love to play with The Sims. I like
Yes.
to see the girl. That's a game in and of itself for me. I need to see the traits of characters. You know they messed that up though. Let me tell you where they messed up with that.
What?
With the Sims is that the kids don't automatically inherit their parents' traits.
That's
Like some of
true.
the things that I would love that.
I would
like
too.
for, if my sim is slovenly, that maybe the kid ends up being slovenly. I love playing with it so I can see what's going to happen. Not just that they look like their parents, but some of their physical traits, some of their mannerisms, little crazy things they do.
Well,
They got an insane parent. I want the kid to inherit that.
it kind of depends
Like
because
X-Men
that's not really genetics. That's more like environment. That's more learned mannerisms. Genetics has to do with your physical makeup and stuff like being slovenly or being insanity might be genetic depending on how you look at it. But depending on that, it could just
I
be
disagree.
environmental.
I disagree.
We'll have
I
to beg to
disagree.
differ on that.
Remember, Baby Natrix is a prime example. She never met her grandmother, yet a lot of her hand mannerisms, the way she speaks and does things, she's exactly like her grandmother. I believe some of it's genetic.
There might be
Anyway,
again. The human genome may be mapped, but we don't know what everything does on it. So
True.
yes, but I'm super excited.
Geek for y'all. Y'all didn't know. That's fine.
We're total geeks. So
Excited.
let me go ahead and say, if you guys want to send me a beta of that, I will, dude. You have no idea. I would love to play that.
Send me a link. Okay.
Yes,
Send me a link. I'll jump in there.
dude, I will totally be all over
All right.
that for real.
I had to drink something because I'm trying to breathe and stuff.
Why you need to breathe?
All right. So there's
Go ahead.
because I am not an aquatic creature. I need
That's
to
true.
breathe.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Although I was watching some stuff or listening to some stuff on TV about mermaids. Y'all know I'm afraid of mermaids, right? If there are mermaids, I'm leaving this planet. I will move
Are
to
you?
the moon. I'm not even playing.
Why are you afraid of mermaids?
I don't know. I have some childhood traumatic memory that I cannot quite grasp. It has to do with mermaids. And I don't care about Ariel and her little cute red hair. I will stab that. Yeah. Anyway,
Update on the Steam sale. It actually ends in about 25 minutes. Seriously.
Oh, Steam call out.
Yes, they actually had an
Steam call
encore
out.
day, call out day. The whole thing ends in about 24 to 35 right now. So, yeah, you want it, you best get over there. Otherwise, you're going to be out of luck. Yep, go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
Get it. Okay, anyway.
Get it. Oh,
All right,
okay. I don't know. There's
No,
something
ma'am.
wrong with me. I know.
And
I
I'm
know.
sorry, some of you cannot connect to the some of you cannot connect to the chat room. That is not us. That is Twitch. They're having some issues today. I have
Yes.
no idea why. But on another note, Xbox One, if you were wondering, um, from the news on the digital streets, is it will record only the last 5 minutes of your gameplay.
What?
Okay, I don't know why.
That's random.
Okay, you know how they were saying that it was going to allow you to share your gameplay with your friends via
Yes.
video, uh, which I'm not quite understanding because you could just throw Twitch on there and make it work,
Yes.
or you could record your full
Right?
game if you wanted. But hey, what do I know? Neil Brown was heard to say when he was at Develop Brighton last week that around between 5 to 7 minutes of of the last 5 to 7 minutes of your gameplay will be recorded, and Sony has now, well, that's from Sony, Neil Brown from Sony, and Sony has now told Eurogamer that Brown corrected himself when he was asked by an attendee after the session concluded, and that his script had read several. He didn't mean to say seven. So Xbox One is able to automatically record the last 5 minutes of your gameplay, which is less time than Sony. Microsoft Studios creative director Ken Loeb detailed the exact amount when he was at San Diego Comic Con, which went on this weekend, and I was very upset that I could barely see some of the costumes because they were awesome. Um, I'm sorry, I'm all off on Comic Con. I went off on a tangent. Comic Con
Ah!
is lovely. Comic Con is so lovely. Okay, so Loeb said that one of Xbox One's game DVR features, named Project Upload, is that it'll record the last 5 minutes of any game you're playing, and it's always being stored on your hard drive, which I don't like. I don't want it to auto do anything. I need it to record when I say so. Like PlayStation 4, you'll be able to edit that footage on the fly. You can add titles and a voiceover and extra footage recorded using your Kinect. For times when you cannot stop playing, such as in the middle of an online session, Microsoft will allow you to capture and immediately save the last 30 seconds of your gameplay for editing for later. Uh, yeah. So say you're playing online, Loeb said it, and you just did the best thing ever. You can't pause as you're playing online. You can say Xbox, record that, and it'll grab the last 30 seconds of gameplay for you to play around with it later. Isn't that like a constantly running recording stream? And couldn't that cause some lag? Oh man, I see some potential issues. I hope y'all got that worked out.
Of course
Anyway,
there's going to be
but
issues.
Xbox. Ooh, this could be horrid. Both Xbox One and PlayStation will also let you stream your gameplay online, which should allow for unlimited lengths of gameplay to be captured. Those looking for a method of editing longer amounts of footage could presumably rip the online version of this and then edit it via your PC. Okay, so you can do longer, but it's still, oh man, I see some,
There's
I
going to be
see
some
some
serious
bad
trouble
things
going on.
happening.
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, I hope they've got it worked out. Microsoft, I don't want you to fail. I really don't. I really, really don't want you to fail. We do like you. You hold good parties and things. We want you to continue to do so.
I'm actually like really really annoyed at Microsoft. I used to be like a Microsoft supporter. Absolutely be like, dude, I love Microsoft. They're
Fangirl.
awesome, right? Yes, I was a fangirl of Microsoft. Lately, I'm just kind of like they kind of did to me what Final Fantasy did to me, and y'all know if you've been listening to the show, you know my relationship with Final Fantasy is on the rocks. I mean, seriously, they're gonna try to have to win me back. They're gonna have to try to win me back with this new re-release of their MMO, their last MMO. Because let me tell you, it was just horrible. But that's what Microsoft is to me right now. We're kind of like, I don't know, dude. You better do something spectacular to make me come be a fangirl again. Because I ain't feeling it no more. I ain't feeling it.
Oh wait, I has hot and fresh news from EA. Well, it's EA Europe who actually likes us. You FIFA people, y'all are serious business. FIFA 14, while FIFA 13 is still in the charts, mind you, and FIFA 11 is sometimes still in the charts. Please, we got to get our hands on one of these. I don't know what it is about FIFA. I keep saying that every week. You
I
get to
don't even
create
want
your own.
it. Mm-mm.
I want to see what the hullabaloo is about. And yes, I said hullabaloo.
That's awesome
Create
word.
your own unique squad. It is. You can create your own unique squad to play your style of football. Ultimate customization is possible with all new chemistry styles that make every player and every team unique. Like real world football, chemistry influences a player's performance, so building ideal chemistry within a squad enables teams to perform at its best. Each chemistry style has a unique effect on the way players perform by enhancing different player attributes. There's a variety of different styles that can be applied at every position. After crafting your squad, you'll be able to test their talents in the popular Seasons mode, now expanded to 10 divisions, or in online single game tournaments. Plus, new streamlined search filters will help target coveted players in the transfer market as fans reshape their teams based on the real world performances of their favorite players. I'm kind of interested. You said crafting players. What else can I do with him?
Yeah.
Can I make David Beckham and then create a me that he can marry?
And have
So
little
long as you
beautiful
don't.
babies.
I just don't want him to talk. Anybody else hate David Beckham's voice?
No, I
He's
love
just
it.
gorgeous when he's standing there.
I love
I
his
hate
voice.
his voice. I don't want him to talk.
I don't know
Stand there
why.
and
I
listen,
just
David.
I
No.
just like his voice. I guess I'm weird.
Maybe he's- See, I don't like his voice. He
I
starts
do.
talking. I just want to put something in his mouth.
Oh my
I
gosh.
won't say what.
I was playing Star Wars. We're not. I'm trying to just scoot on past that without making a comment because you know what I was thinking. Scoot on past it. Uh, woo! I was playing Star Wars the other night and I was in this cutscene. I was listening to this person talk. I forget who it was, but I'm like, who is this person? I know this voice. Where do I know this voice from? And then it hit me. Fenris from Dragon Age 2, his voice is in Star Wars, and I immediately fell in love with this character. I was like, I want a romance with you. Unfortunately, it's not one of my companions. Otherwise, there would be romance going on.
You can romance? You didn't tell me that. You know I'm all down for some digital romance.
Yes,
See
girl,
what I
you
can
can
do.
you can romance your companions. It's not as fun as Dragon Age because you don't have as much interaction with the companions, and it really doesn't make that much difference. Which I wish they would invest more time in that particular aspect for those of us who like storyline. But for storyline, Star Wars, hands down, one of the best games for storyline I have ever seen. I'm not even joking. The class storylines are amazing. I can play it over and over again, choose different choices, have different outcomes. And then the people from the storylines, you're not just done with them whenever the quest is over. Sometimes they'll mail you updates. Like if you make a choice, they'll mail you an update and say how that choice affected what's going on. So, love it. I love it. I'm a Star Wars
I
fangirl.
like interaction.
Yeah. It's wonderful.
Yes, you are. I can see.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars
I can
fangirl. I know. Okay, I actually have one. It's kind of a short one, so we'll be good to go. We all know that there's a lawsuit against the NCAA, and or I'm sorry, the NCAA has a lawsuit against EA. I said that wrong. 6 current college players have actually joined this lawsuit. Okay. Here we go. 6 current college football players have been added as plaintiffs to the antitrust lawsuit that claims the NCAA owes billions of dollars. Yes, I had to say it like that. I had my little pinky up in my mouth and
Did the
everything.
pinky.
I did.
That's
Billions of dollars to former players for allowing their likenesses to be used without compensation in games made by Electronics Arts. Former UCLA basketball star Ed O'Bannon is the lead plaintiff in the lawsuit, which has been joined by 16 former college athletes. Basketball Hall of Famers Bill Russell and Oscar Robertson previously joined the lawsuit. Vanderbilt linebacker Chase Garnham, Clemson cornerback Darius Robinson, Arizona linebacker Jake Fisher, and kicker Jake Smith, and Minnesota tight end Moses Alapate and wide receiver and wide receiver Victor Kais have signed on to the lawsuit. Currently, a judge is considering turning the lawsuit into a full-fledged class action lawsuit. The NCAA announced this week that it would no longer allow EA to use its name and logo in video games after its current licensing agreement expired in June of 2014. So EA is in a heap o' trouble. Heap o' trouble. I personally think they just need to, yes, they need to just settle this out of court, for real, because they're going to lose so much money. Heapo trouble.
failed so hard.
Yes, super fail. Super
That
fail.
is- I still don't understand in what universe was this okay for all this time. It always seems to be as soon as you started using people's real faces and names, you should have been offering them some money.
Yes, Absolutely.
You're making money off of them. It's not like you were using it and saying, okay, all the money's going to charity, and I'm sure they've been like, oh, well, thanks, you know. But you were using their faces.
I guess maybe they just
Why?
assumed that they'd be happy with the publicity, but dude, no, you're making money off of their likenesses. They're gonna want to cut. They just are.
Well, you also have to look at this too. What if said football, basketball, baseball player broke their leg?
Mm-hmm.
You know, right after this would be a good extra income for them. That doesn't help
Absolutely.
them. Their face is all over something, and they still it was a bad idea.
It really
EA,
was.
stop it.
Whoever
I'm
whoever
surprised
came
they
up
let
with
it go on
this,
for this long period.
whoever came up with this, you did something stupid. I have one more. Can I?
Please do.
Okay. Um, we all know that the Edward Snowden. Well, I don't know if you know his name, but for those of you that don't know, Edward Snowden is actually the person who leaked that the NSA was doing some foul stuff. Apparently, someone has decided to nominate him for the Nobel Peace Prize. That's right. And I cannot pronounce this.
What?
Yes, I don't. Now, I'm not sure if I like what he did or not. Again, we had this conversation before, but I definitely know this is not qualify him for a Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, Nobel Peace Prize, come on, that's for people who have made leaps and bounds in diplomacy or in science, anything to better humanity as a whole. This didn't better humanity as a whole. I mean, let me just move on. Stefan, I cannot pronounce your last name, so you're just going to be Stefan to me. Is a professor of sociology at.
Smith is
There
good.
you go, Stefan Smith, because I cannot pronounce your Svalforce, whatever your name is. A professor of sociology at Umea University has submitted former NSA contractor Edward Snowden as his pick for the Nobel Peace Prize. Recently, he sent a letter to the Norwegian Nobel Committee nominating Snowden because of his leaks on several secret NSA surveillance programs being run in the US and in Europe. In a letter addressed to the Norwegian Nobel Committee and published in Swedish newspaper, I cannot pronounce, Vasterbottens Kuriren or something? Yeah, I don't know. Professor Stefan
That's
Smith,
good.
there's das gut, that's German. That's not Swedish, that's German. Professor Stefan, whatever, nominated Snowden for his heroic effort at great personal cost in exposing the NSA's various spying programs and data collection activities. He says that Snowden helped to make the world a little bit better and safer. Here's a quote for you. It would show its willingness to stand up in defense of civil liberties and human rights, even when such a defense could be viewed with disfavor by the world's dominant military power. This gesture of goodwill towards Snowden may be a little too late for this year's prize because the deadline for submissions is February 1st. Between the months of March and August, the advisors review the shortlist of candidates, with the annual prize being awarded in December. The Nobel Peace Prize was started in 1901 and has been awarded to 100 individuals and 24 organizations to date. Again, I do not think, even if I fully agreed with what Edward Snowden did, I do not think this qualifies him for a Nobel Peace Prize. This should go to people who, for example, it has gone to people who found cures for various diseases, who made such great strides in diplomacy. I think it went to I can't remember her name, but she did such great strides for women equality all over the world. This is what the Nobel Peace Prize is about. It's not about tattling on somebody or tattling even on a government. Even
Well,
if, even if,
well, you know what? It's not the tattling. It's not the tattling. It's the when he tattled.
yeah,
I'm gonna break this down, especially for
okay,
my girls.
go ahead.
This is like your best friend found out that your boyfriend was cheating, and they didn't tell you the second they found out. They waited a year,
Yes,
and then they told you after he's used up all your money, he's been giving the
mm-hmm,
girl your jewelry. When instead, Edward, what you should have done was the very second you saw this happen, walked out and went straight to the press and said, "This is what they're planning to do."
yes,
Not this is what they've been doing. I think that's what's kind of throwing everybody for a loop. You actually sat there, you made the money off of it, you didn't say anything, and then all of a sudden you grew a conscience, and then you ran, and then wanted to tell everybody. You should have walked out that very day and been like, "I can't even be a party to this. You've been involved." At least for me,
exactly.
that's what I'm looking at. Why I can't come down on your side. You still were a part of everything, and you were spying too, and probably looking at chicks dancing around on the connect naked.
Yeah, and even
But you,
even if he had come out that very second and said, this is what's going on, that still, in my mind, does not qualify him for a Nobel Peace Prize. Then
No,
this really
no,
pisses me off, because the Nobel Peace Prize is something that, especially being of more scientific mind, this is what scientists strive for. Like, I would love to find the cure for something, and be able to,
right.
right, and writers too, yes, and diplomats and everybody. This is what they strive for. This is like the ultimate kind of recognition that you have done something great for the world. Tattling on the NSA, that didn't do anything great for the world as a whole. And I can see how this particular professor might be like, well, it's an example. Well, a lot of things could be seen as an example of something, but you don't see everyone getting nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize because they were a quote example. I don't think so at all. Let me come down, because I'm, obviously upset about that. Whew, I'm good.
I just here's the only thing that bothers me about what's going on with Edward Snowden is we have a sect of the populace that have no idea what he did, and they're angry that he said something. They think he what was it? I told you, the stupid person. I said this last week. The stupid person that I was talking to, but again, thought there was some other reason for Edward Snowden. So I'm happy he did what he did. I wish he'd done it sooner.
Mm-hmm.
And most assuredly, no, he does not need a Nobel Peace Prize. He didn't
No.
bring peace. He caused a whole lot of upheaval, which we understand had to be done. But do it at the beginning. You don't wait until you've been sitting there eating and living fat off of what was going on, and then say, I think I'll say something now. I think I'll tell everybody what's going on now after I've made my money enough for me to be able to run. We would have protected you, Edward.
Mm-hmm. We'd have had your back.
You know what I look at what I pictured in my head because I watched flipping. What's that movie with the Edward the vampire thing? I watched that last night. Ugh.
Twilight?
You know the one I'm talking about. Yes, I watched Twilight last night. Why did I watch Twilight? Don't even know. Well, I didn't actually watch it. I was listening to Twilight because I couldn't see. Yeah, that was not fun. Okay, so it's time for some charts actually because we got just a few minutes left. Ah ha ha! Top 10. What were you all playing over the weekend if you were not all over the Steam sale, which you have very little time left to get involved in? Coming in at number 10, Tomb Raider.
Of course.
And it's a long fall from the... Yes, of course. It's a long fall from the top there, FIFA, because it's FIFA 13. No, I was talking about 14 earlier. This is FIFA 13. Fell from its top 3 spot that it's been in for the last year and a half to number 9. FIFA 13 from EA. Number 9? I'm sorry, number 8. Some of you are still playing this. So am I. The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim.
Wow.
Legendary Edition, which you've
Nice.
gotten off of Steam. Yeah, from Bethesda Softworks. I heard somebody say Bethesda in what was it, the Born Supremacy, whatever movie I was watching over the weekend or listening to, and I thought games immediately. Gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in at number 7, Max Payne 3 from Take-Two Interactive.
Yeah.
Or just Take-Two now. Sorry, they're not interactive anymore. Number 6, Far Cry 3 from Ubisoft. Coming in at number 5, Dynasty Warriors 8 from Tecmo Koei Europe. Number 4, something I'm still grappling with whether or not I should get. I'm not ready yet. Animal Crossing New Leaf from Nintendo.
What is with you? What is with you in Animal Crossing?
It's understand.
Ugh.
Play it one time and tell me you're not addicted. One time, no, once. I just dare you to play it. I'll give you an hour to play, and you come back and tell me you don't want it after you play it. You will. I promise you.
Mm.
Coming in at number 3, Mario and Luigi Dream Team Brothers from Nintendo as well. Number 2, Baby Natrix, are you listening? She's not on Skype, so she's not listening. Minecraft Xbox 360
Ugh.
Edition from Microsoft.
That is all her. She did it.
All by herself. And coming in at number 1, The Last of Us from Sony Computer Entertainment.
Of course. Yep.
Go Naughty Dogs. Y'all a bunch of naughty dogs.
Y'all a bunch of knotted dogs.
Very, very, very naughty.
You
over
are
there.
so naughty. Mm.
Very naughty.
You know we like you like that.
We
I
got
don't.
One time.
What?
We got just a little bit of time to fit another one in. You got one more there, ma'am?
I do
Got one
actually.
more in
I got one real quick one. You ready? Apparently, the video games industry sales dropped by 15% in June. Here we go. June was not a very good month for the video games industry, according to the latest figures from research firm NPD Group. The NPD Group's June 2013 sales report for U.S. retail reveals a 15% year-over-year decline compared to June 2012. The industry raked in $593.3 million, down from $700 million in June 2012. The number is at least better than May's total of $386.3 million. Hardware sales fell 30% to $142 million. Hardware numbers for June do not count pre-orders for next-gen consoles. Nintendo's 3DS was the best-selling device in June, of course, with a 40% increase from last year. Nintendo sold 225,000 units during the month of June. Go ahead, Nintendo. The accessories category fell 9% to $155.2 million, while overall software sales fell 14% to $313.8 million. The Last of Us for PS3 took the top spot, so that's all over the place, The Last of Us. The Last of Us was also the third highest game to launch during the month of June since NPD began tracking sales in 1995. Daggum. Oh, and Corey, listen up.
Wow.
Listen up. The new Animal Crossing also had a strong showing in June. According to Nintendo, Animal Crossing New Leaf has moved over 505,000 units since launch, if digital sales numbers are included. So you're missing something with animal sales. Yep. And it also gives the top 10 that you just went over. Actually, I can do a top 10 real quick. The top 10 selling games in June were, at number 10, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for 3DS. Number 9 is Battlefield 3, which is on the PC, PS3, and the Xbox 360. Number 8 is Deadpool, which you can find on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Number 7, Donkey Kong Country Returns on the 3DS and the Wii. The next one, at number 6, is Injustice Gods Among Us, which is on the PS3, Wii U. Have not played it, and the Xbox 360. Number 5, NBA 2K13, which is located on everything, apparently. And number 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. God, you guys love your COD, dude. Man. Number 3, Baby Natrix. Baby Natrix, Minecraft is at number 3 for top selling games in June. And number 2, Animal Crossing New Leaf. And of course, the number 1 top selling game for June was The Last of Us on PS3. Yeah. You are missing something with that Animal Crossing. I don't know.
I already know. I told you Trixie keeps teasing me, talking about, I got a code and my town is open. Oh, stop. See that? See, that's what you don't know either. When you have your own Animal Crossing town, your friends can come and visit. So I just want you to get inside and come and just dig up all your trees and your flowers and leave your little presents outside your house. And
You are mean.
I remember.
I don't want you in my town. You're not
I
allowed.
remember leaving. I remember my significant other and leaving my town open while I slept, and I came in and it's planted flowers all around my house for me. Isn't that
Oh,
sweet?
now that's what I would do for you. I would be all sweet to you, and you'd be up there digging up my stuff.
Dude, you cannot let me in your town if you're my friend and expect to wake
No.
up and find your stuff. I've chopped down all your trees.
Yes, she will.
I bought up all the stuff in your store. There's nothing for you to buy to eat. I put all my clothes for sale in your store. See, and that's what you do in Animal Crossing. You can make your own clothes to sell, and then the animals, you see them walking around wearing your clothes. And if they move, they take your stuff with them. So when they go to somebody else's town that doesn't even know you, and they go to somebody random, somebody with another 3DS randomly, not just your friends. So Nintendo has some of that community aspect down, but it's very random and kind of crazy. So we just got to get them to rein it in just a little bit. I need their friend codes to be a little bit shorter, just a little bit shorter.
All right, now I'm
They're like
interested.
15 characters
Now I'm interested. You have got me
Yes.
interested. So if anybody
It's-
has an
it's
Animal
fun,
Crossing
and it's-
code, send it to me. I'll play.
Well, no, you have to get the game, and we can't do it with our original Wii because there's no more Wii store, so
Oh,
we have to wait.
yeah.
But it's coming, it's coming.
It's all right.
All right, it's time for us to go. Holla
Peace
at
out.
y'all players tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Get your game. We'll be here. I got something I want to talk about and I can't share because I've been gagged. Ooh, sorry, y'all.
I want to hear about it after the show. Whoa! That was loud. All right, y'all. See you
I can
tomorrow.
tell you, I can't tell them. I already told you.
You did?
This song is not safe for